Okay, friends, I decided on a friendly Nemesis after party. I'm not even sure what I'm doing with this, but other than making y'all life a little bit more complicated going into the story line, I did mention that Predictor found Connie Theory's long lost sister. They didn't have very many kids in the show, or whatever. Hard to say what kind of creature, half foxoid, half vapor zone being, whatever they're supposed to look like, would be. Anyway, their kids' names are Marie, Roxanne, Nemesis, and Vern. Nemesis being named after Victor's grandfather, and kind of was written out of the script during the Voyage to Solaris 2 cruel trick by the Krylons to get on their nerve. However, Theory and Buffy's family is much bigger since they've been together since 2000 teens. And being Foxoids, you can expect multiple births or deliveries depending on how you see two characters. For the most part, they did use the stork delivery service, SDS, as April and I came to know it, since most of our stories did take place on Disney Earth. We use a stork delivery service a lot. There were a few exceptions, but that would be best to be left out. Anyway, the first set of kids for Theory and Buffy were Theory Jr. came to be known as TJ, Persuasive, ended up being the kid eventually captured and held prisoner on Solaris for a little bit. Jack Interceptor was also abducted by an alien. The world of Nintendo kind of took DNA samples from him to eventually make Star Fox. I don't know exactly what I was thinking with that kind of far-fetched story plot. And Diane, there wasn't really anything special about her except she acted kind of like the diva of the first four. Um, I recall her being the one of the first uh, car- amyloid characters to try to rig up a very complex bikini to help cover herself. But that's another story entirely. It was a few years into their career when something caused Theory and Buffy to act more real than animated. It's hard to say what, but anyway, somehow a single kid called Patrick was born during that time. Probably when I get into the Empire Fright concert, I'll do another pre-show talking more about his family. It's hard to say. Then shortly after that, another pair, Robin and Ryan, were being expected. Hello, Biscuit. But for a plot twist, I decided to have them be the first two conjoined twins for them to have to deal with that kind of situation with. And they made it through. Then sometime after that, there was a 5-pack of kids born. Jenny, Cindy, Stephanie, Lucy, and Amadeus. Then I was through letting them have kids, but for some strange reason, April kind of worked into the plot for a couple of years after that. Chelsea and Mike would be born to them. And a couple of years later, Cher and George. And that would be all the Interceptor clan. Main ones, anyway, you should be concerned with. The kids of TJ, Persuasive, Jack, and Diane might be mentioned in passing, might not. It's hard to say. Patrick just entered legal age, if you know what I mean. He does have a girlfriend. If she's mentioned, I'm not sure how I'll work it in, probably with them. Well, some of the others, any mates that they had during the storyline, I'll bring up as needed to prevent it from being overwhelming to you all. Other kind of plot twists in here? I guess I need to bring up Predictor, Inventor, and Retro's last name being Washburn. How'd they end up with my last name? Because in their warped storyline, I'm strangely married to their mother, Perez, Honesty. That was a long story and a half to piece together. And I'm really not going into detail here, but they can accept me as Space Flyer 1.1 and Rufus the Singer as their father. Their true father, Dr. Deviance, is still around. He's not causing any trouble. Dan the draw sequence, well, movie events. He's sticking around with Space Events 1.5, but he kind of works in the background. I haven't made a little slip of paper for him. He might have background vocal on some of the albums, but tell you the truth, when Solaris 2 was first out, the subtitle was DV's Death Trap, meaning, yes, their father was working with the Krylons to set that thing up. He was duped by them too. Once he figured out what the Krylons were up to, it was too late for him to do anything about it. And the fact that there is a subplot in which Deviants did temporarily have Theory's father, originally called Duh Interceptor, renamed David Interceptor. You see what I mean by it being a very twisty plot. Anyway, several storylines later, and still piecing together things. And Theory's mother, Ellen, was found on Third Earth, the planet that the Thundercats took place on. Boy, we have fun with that storyline, in which it was April's idea to introduce the idea that Jackalman kind of didn't treat Theory's mom very well. So he has like about 8 half brother sisters. They'll be introduced if needed, and their families in the storyline too. Very confusing. Um, but anyway, it's just surprising that the Empire of Fright didn't merge with the friendly Nemesis, but it just didn't happen. And merging with Blue's group. And you'll find out how, why, when, where, whatever when I get to them. Probably sometime next month. And that's about all I have for the after show. Well, after party. It wasn't really a party, was it, guys? You all didn't get a chance to say anything. That's alright. You spoke enough for all of us. You got your friends so confused with all that. You'll be lucky if you get 10 views for this one. Okay. So I'll see you all whenever I do the Balloon Crew videos. Not sure how long that'll be, because they did put out 6 good albums before the greatest hits. And I think 3 albums prior to the merge with Empire Fright. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But I'm looking at maybe another 5-act concert for the first part, then maybe 3 or 4 for the second part. Balloon Crew was one of my favorite groups. They came on great. The chart really liked them. They had a bunch of hits. Even a #1 song for the year. That was a surprise, in considering what it was. But they'll have to wait until another time. Good night.